Next, we will go to the goods in transit. So, for the goods in transit, this means na ang goods kay padung pa. Okay? So, nagbiyahe pa. Wala pa siya ni-arrive sa destination. So, kung by plane na siya, so, nagbiyahe pa siya sa uh, airplane or sa barko, baka na siya, naapa siya dito sa barko, niya nagpadulong pa, or na-dispatch na siya, and then wala pa ni-reach sa iyahang destination, which is the location of the buyer. So how do we know if we are the owner of the goods? Okay, for goods that are in transit, it depends on the terms. Okay, if it's FOB destination or FOB shipping point. So when we say FOB destination or FOB, okay, that means free on board. So we have FOB shipping point first. So this is a specific nga term wherein the ownership over the goods is transferred upon shipment. That's why it is shipping point. So once na ship na ang goods, ma-transfer na ang ownership to the buyer. So samtang naglayag, samtang nagbiyahe, ang tag-iya na sa inventory is the buyer because the ownership is transferred upon shipment. So, kung nagbiyahe na siya, nauman naman tong ship. So, samtang nagbiyahe, ang tag-iya na adto kay ang buyer. If it is FOB destination, the ownership over the goods is transferred only when the goods are received by the buyer. So therefore, kung ang transfer will only happen when the goods are received, so, naabot na sa destination. That's why it's FOB destination. Samtang nagbiyahe pa ang goods, di ba, padung pa sa buyer, ang tag-iya pa adto kay ang seller. Okay? So, that's why it's necessary to determine if it's FOB shipping point or destination when we're talking about goods that are in transit pa. Of course, it depends kung unsa ta nga perspective nga nag-record. So, you need to check kung kita ba ang buyer or kita ba ang seller ana nga transaction. Kay kung kita ang buyer, yung FOB shipping point na siya, so once it's shipped, we already record it as part of our inventories. But if FOB shipping point na siya, but we are the seller, okay, seller ta, therefore, ato na siyang i-remove from our inventory itong items because it's already shipped. And remember, if it's already shipped, there's already transfer of ownership to the buyer. Kung destination na sad, na kita ang buyer, kita ang buyer. So therefore, kung nagpadung pa ang goods sa ato ang location, padung pa siya pero wala pa ni abot, unya kita ang buyer, okay, buyer ta ani, dili pa kita ang tag-iya while in transit because mahimo lang tang owner kung muabot na ang goods. That's why the inventories will still be part of the seller's inventories. Next question is, who is responsible for the freight charges? Kinsa may dapat mobayad sa plite? So the general rule for that is kung kinsa ang tag-iya sa goods while in transit, siya dapat ang mobayad. Okay? So therefore, kung FOB shipping point na siya, since ang owner sa goods while in transit is the buyer, therefore the buyer will be the one to pay for the freight charge. Kay siya man ang owner while in transit. Sa FOB destination na pod, since it's the seller who is the owner of the goods while in transit, remember, matransfer lang ang title kung moabot na sa destination. So, since biyahe pa, so wala pa siya diabot sa destination, ang tag-iya kay ang seller. Therefore, kung kinsa ang tag-iya sa goods while in transit, siya dapat ang mobayad for the freight charges. Next question would be, who actually pays for the freight charges? So, how do we know kung kinsa man ang actual nga nitunol sa plite padung sa common carrier? So, it depends kung unsa ang freight terms nga gi-indicate kung freight collect ba na siya or freight prepaid. So the first one is the freight collect. So here, the freight charge on the goods are not yet paid. So the common carrier shall collect the same from the buyer. So since freight kolekon pa dito sa buyer. And therefore, kinsa may actual nga ni bayad sa carrier, that would be the buyer. So man na siya sa freight collect. If it's a freight prepaid, the freight charge on the goods are already paid by the seller because from the word prepaid, gibayaran na daan. So therefore, kung gibayaran na siya daan before siya gipada, so kinsa may nibayad daan? Ang nibayad daan kay ang seller. There are also other terms that are related with maritime shipping. So we have the FAS or the free alongside. So this is a type of arrangement or shipping arrangement wherein the seller must bear all expenses and risk involved in delivering the goods to to the dock next to or alongside the vessel on which the goods are to be shipped. So gikan kintahay sa store ni seller, kintahay sa store niya or sa warehouse ba na niya padung sa dock next to or alongside the vessel. So therefore kung pantalan na siya, so meaning gikan sa tindahan or warehouse padung sa pantalan. Pero wala pa siya gibutang sa barko. Kintahay wala pa siya sa barko. Kuto adtong kilid or alongside sa barko. Pero wala pa siya gi-load sa barko. So nara sa kilid. So kuto dito ang i-bear ni seller, bear in terms of the expenses and risk. So kintahi ang papliti gikan sa iyahang store or sa warehouse padung adtong pantalan. Pero ang pagsakay sa barko or pagload sa barko o ang shipment, so ang pliti sa barko is borne by the buyer. And therefore, title shall pass to the buyer when the carrier takes possession of the goods. So if giload na ang goods dito sa barko, there's already transfer of title. So it's in the same substance with the shipping point. Okay? Kalahian lang is nagihapoy tulubagon si seller in terms of pliti or handling, insurance gikan sa iyahang warehouse or gikan sa iyang store padung sa pantalan. Pero gikan sa pagpasakay sa barko until mo reach dito sa destination, sagot na ni buyer. So since si buyer ang owner sa goods while in transit, diba? So mauna siya nga siya ang mo record sa inventory. And of course, including po ning gasto kay siya may nibayad ani. So parehas si free alongside again in substance with shipping point, 'di ba? Kay once na ship ang goods, pero ang ano lang ani is even if wala pa siya na ship kay pag na take possession naman na load na so automatic na na transfer of title, but of course asa pa man din siya padung sunod so mularga man gyud na siya. So once nakuha na ni carrier, or for example, airplane ba na siya, to na si airplane ang goods, so transfer na ang title. So from that time, i-record na ni buyer ang goods. The next one is we have the CIF, or cost, insurance, and freight. So in here, buyer agrees to pay in a lump sum the cost of goods, insurance, cost, and freight charge. So bayaran niya tanan ang cost, insurance, ug ang pamiliti. It can also be modified at CF only, excluding the insurance. CIRA, C and then F for the freight. In either case, even if CIF or CF na siya, the seller must pay for the cost of loading. Ang sagot ni seller kay ang pag arsa ba na siya or pagbalihin ngadto sa common carrier. Thus, the title and risk of the loss shall pass to the buyer upon delivery of the goods to the carrier. So remember, ang nibayad sa pliti ani kay si buyer. Therefore, kung siyang nibayad sa pliti, pasabot siya ang tag-iya, 'di ba? So, once nga makarga na ang goods, 'di ba? The buyer, upon delivery of the goods to the carrier ha, sa carrier. So, meaning kung gikarga na siya sa barko, dito na siya gibutang sa barko, na-pass na ang title. And of course, siya man pwede bayad sa pliti o sa tanan-tanan. So, we can say na siya na gyud ang tag-iya sa goods upon shipment. So, therefore, pareha siya og substance sa FOB shipping point. 'Di ba? Kay once na nasa carrier, and of course, mularga man ang carrier, transfer na ang title. So, while in transit, ang buyer na ang owner sa goods. Then we have the X-ship. So, a seller who delivers the goods X-ship bears all expenses and risk of loss until the goods are unloaded, at which time the title and risk of loss shall pass to the buyer. So remember, mabalihin lang ang ownership to the buyer kung ma-unload ang goods. Unsa man ang ma-unload? So madiskarga na sa carrier. So meaning niabot na siya sa buyer. Okay? Niabot na siya sa buyer nga destination. For example, niabot sa pantalan sa ah, lugar sa buyer. So, pag na-unload na siya, na-transfer na ang title. So, therefore, while in transit, ang owner sa goods kay katupang seller. 'Di ba? Kay ang transfer of ownership mahitabo lang once it is unloaded. And kung ma-unload, meaning didto na na siya gi-diskarga didto sa location ni buyer. So, that's for the X ship. If you like this video, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be updated with the latest video lessons. Thank you for watching.